this is to go through a very quick version of the official elevator pitch. Chris has asked me for it a couple times. Chris just started hosting dinners out in LA. And so I said, all right, I'll work on the 5-minute pitch. I did it a couple months ago. I think it went well. But I want to do it again officially now for you and also to record it for the benefit of the Texit Rangers that are looking to start acquiring their stars. I'm Bobby Gray, and I'm the guy that started this thing called Texit Coin. And there's a quick history of me. I might be the most famous guy in crypto that you've never heard of, but there are 5 things in my little career over the last 17 years that I've done that make me uniquely qualified to have this conversation with you today and to be the guy that gets to call himself the founder and fearless leader of Texit Coin. Number 1, in 2008, I started my own currency. I saw all the things that were wrong in the world, watched all these different documentaries, went to the bottom of every rabbit hole conspiracy theory, and found that money was at the base of every one of those problems. I asked myself, who's doing something about the money? Couldn't find any answers to that question, so I started my own currency. I called it the American Open Currency Standard. And my goal was to bring together the various silver and gold and copper producers of the country that were making community currencies and give us a association of sorts to allow trade between the different communities. I think it's quite coincidental, and maybe not by accident, that somewhere else in the world at that very same time, somebody named Satoshi Nakamoto, probably not his real name, was also starting his or her own currency. Big difference between the two. I went physical, gold, silver, copper. They went digital, zeros and ones. Looking back on that now 17 years ago, it's pretty clearly and easy to see that Satoshi won. Cryptocurrency today is a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and it's only getting bigger and bigger as time goes by. But I did that back in 2008. In fact, I was so successful at doing that I was invited to U.S. Congress in 2012 by Congressman Ron Paul to testify about complementary currencies. In front of the U.S. House Financial Services Subcommittee on Domestic Monetary Policy, I gave the speech to Congress on August 2nd, 2012, to leave our money alone. The people in the market will always find a way to survive. You've let us down plenty of times. Stay out of gold and silver. We don't want you involved in community currencies. That was the message in 2012 to Congress and to the American people back before most of us have ever heard of Bitcoin or alternative currencies, before the money discussion became really mainstream like it is today. Coincidentally, also in 2012, I created a new coin. Remember, that's what I've been doing for a long time. I've been making commemorative coins. There's my Andrew Jackson anti-banker coin. Remember, Jackson was well known for killing the banks. But back in 2012, I made the original Bitcoin coin, probably the most famous coin in the world today. Again, coincidental? Maybe not. Fast forward to 2017, number 4. I created cold storage coins. Why? Because Bitcoin took off. It's all of a sudden an international sensation. You can't sit down at a table at a restaurant somewhere and not hear the people next to you talking about cryptocurrency. What ICOs are you getting into? Or you got this one, you got that one. Like trading baseball cards on a global scale. People loved it at the end of 2017. And I'll never forget sitting on top of the Marina Bay Sands Hotel in Singapore, looking down at my phone and going, Bitcoin just hit $20,000. What a wild ride. And I looked at the problems that cryptocurrency people, enthusiasts were having. And I said, I can help. I don't understand much about crypto. I'm still not a believer. But I can create a functional cold storage wallet, a way that people can keep their crypto safe offline where it can't get hacked and it won't go out of business. That's a big problem in crypto. It's technologically confusing. It's a big challenge. And so I said, my contribution to the cryptocurrency industry, besides giving Bitcoin a physical form, is going to be to create a powerful product that people can use to engage cryptocurrency without having to worry about digital risk. And my product now serves as a bridge between these two worlds. Gold, silver, copper coins on one side, zeros, ones, digital, cloud, crypto stuff on the other side. And it's really important because most people can't wrap their mind around digital money. But if you can take a digital asset and you can put it in the palm of someone's hand, now they start to go, oh, I understand. It's a physical asset that holds a digital coin. I created that in 2017. Sold hundreds of thousands of these things. We've given them away. We've made them for all kinds of big names. We're doing a project right now. I just got paid for it today for one of the largest cryptos in the world. I'm under an NDA, so I can't really tell you much about it anymore. But point is, these are really well-respected products by the industry. Industry leaders use these products. They're really great. And that's the fourth thing that I did that makes me extremely relevant for this conversation. I'm not a nobody in this space. Done a lot of cool stuff. I've been around a lot of cool people. I've seen crypto rich, as I've tried to explain to you guys over the last couple months now that our project is maturing. But the fifth thing I did is I decided to get out. At the end of 2023, I knew that I was going to get into crypto sooner or later. I experimented with a lot of stuff over the years. Tried this, tried that, tried the other thing. Didn't really have it. But in mid-2023, I knew that I wanted to get out of the gold and silver coin business. It's a lot of work. It's expensive. The money is tiny. It's almost more like a charity making coins. It's dangerous. It's hot. It uses a ton of electricity. It needs big buildings, big power, all these things. I said, I'm out. Mid-production on a gigantic project, I said, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Why? Because the world's not making any new gold and silver coin buyers. I still love gold and silver. I've got plenty of coins in my collection. This is an illegal coin, by the way. This is the constitutional open carry Texas coin, which was banned by federal court. Long story. But I love coins. Gold and silver will always be valuable. But the world's not making any new gold and silver coin collectors. I think about my daughter, 19 years old. Everything that matters to her in her world exists on her phone. She's not going out to buy a safe to keep her gold and silver coins locked up. She's thinking digital collectibles, NFTs, in-game tokens and currencies, all the stuff that the kids talk about. And while it may be foreign and uncomfortable for you and for me, the next generation is totally engaged with crypto and digital assets. And if children are the future, it's clear to me that the future of money is digital. And that's when it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I said, I got to get out of this. I got to get into crypto. I've got so many things going for me. The crypto community needs leadership. They've lost their way, man. It's all about NFTs and fart coin and bonk coin and Floki coin and Pepe coin. And I don't even want to name some of the other stupid things that are out there. Man, what a disaster. I've always been a fan of financial technology of crypto. The idea that you can send money from one side of the world to the other and back in seconds, almost for free. And you don't even have to go through a bank to do that. Click, 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 any amount to the other side of the world. What an amazing technology. You can't counterfeit it. If a vendor wants to get paid in USDT or USDC or Bitcoin, and I send it to them and I send them the fake one, they'll never get it. Every cryptocurrency blockchain knows every coin and derivative thereof that it ever made. Unbelievable financial technology. And the crypto kids, they got rich, they sold out, they let it slip through their fingers, and they left us with meme coins. And now when a cryptocurrency event happens, we all get down and we bow to Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan Chase coming out and giving the keynote speech. No. This is the very institution that Bitcoin set out to disrupt. And now we're rolling out the red carpet for them to come in and take over our community. Biggest holders of Bitcoin and most cryptocurrencies today are the banks. We let it go. We had it. And I said, somebody as a leader in community currencies and honest money and that knows a thing or two about what really matters, the biggest market in the world, money, is going to come along sooner or later and it's going to fix this problem. And I said, man, what if that person was me? But I didn't have a mission. I didn't have a vehicle, right? I knew what I wanted to do. I was going to make my own coin. Boom. Then all of a sudden we've got this political unrest. Texas is going head to head with the federal government. Said that's a good story. We got to have a great story. Texas is unique in so many different ways. I live in Texas. I moved to Texas in 2004 from Philadelphia. I opened a cheesesteak restaurant in Texas because I love my cheesesteaks. But Texas is unique in so many ways. And now Texas today is the center of the cryptocurrency conversation. Why? Because cryptocurrency, proof of work, is all about energy, mining, electricity. And we've got the best energy rates here in the country. I'm in Texas. Texas is standing up to this federal disaster that is the Biden administration. The cryptocurrency conversation has come to my doorstep. it's time for me to acknowledge that I've done a good job in the realm of alternative and complementary currencies, but I picked the wrong vehicle. I was riding around on a horse and buggy, crawling down the street while the Bitcoin freight train went flying by. And I never saw it coming. I was with the blinders on. I said, I got to break out of this. I got to start using the tools of our time. And I built myself the Texit Coin rocket ship. And I invited my friends and family to join, and the rest is history. But that's the story of Texit Coin in a nutshell. That's how we got to where we are today in terms of the value that I bring to the table. But I missed it back in 2012 when I made the original Bitcoin coin. You guys probably missed it too. That's why you're here today having this conversation with me. Texit Coin is our second chance. I didn't make Texit Coin for the crypto kids. They already had their chance. They made their money. They either got in and got rich and got out, or they messed it up along the way. It doesn't matter to me. This conversation is not designed for them. When I came up with Texit Coin, I said, this is a conversation that I want to take back to my community, the guys that were there, the guys that understand real value, the guys that have been stacking gold, silver coins for years, that didn't get into crypto because they didn't trust it. We didn't have enough data. There was not enough information back then to make a well-informed decision as to whether or not we should put any money into this thing at all. But it's different now. Now we've got 16 years of history. We've got enough to know that cryptocurrency has got some legs. It's gone lots of places where we could have never imagined taking gold and silver. And that by itself is extremely valuable. And so now we need a second chance. Why? Because the crypto kids messed up. They sold out. They got rich. They got their Lambos. They got their super yachts, and they're gone. I know a lot of those guys. I watched them go. Charlie Lee, the founder of Litecoin, checked out in 2017. Roger Ver, just a couple of years ago, made his money. He's out. Crypto needs leadership. That leader is me. I built a rocket ship. The rocket ship is called Texit Coin. The people that are bringing the fuel, the capital to make that ship sail, go screeching through the atmosphere, is you. And together, we've created a community that's exciting, that's profitable, that's engaged, that's doing probably the only cool thing right now in the whole crypto space. Us. Who'd have thought? You know, people call me, they're like, I never get lucky. I don't know why I heard about this thing. I don't know what it is that I did to make me deserve it, but I'm never at the right place at the right time. Today I am. And you are. And as our project gets bigger and bigger, I don't know if we'll double this month. Maybe we will. We're very close. We have more capital to work with. That's more minds to build out, to put ourselves on the map. That's more cash to put into advertising and marketing. Samantha and I have had no less than 3 meetings today with PR companies, with ad representatives, with media buyers, and the budget that we have. They said, well, what's your budget? Well, we expect our budget to be about $200 to $300 million over the next year. Okay. Really? What's your budget? I said, well, right now, the budget for April is 20% of what we brought in March, which is $440,000. That's an incredible budget. Is that a real number? Yeah, it's a real number. And it'll probably be double in May because our project is working, because the plan works, because it's good, because it's honest, it's transparent. It's everything that everybody wants something great to be, but with accountability and transparency built in. We started there. When we had nothing, we started there. We did that when it was tough. Now it's easy to be transparent because we're doing so well. Why not? It's easy to do a good job when everything's working the right way. I'm sure we'll have plenty of challenges and stuff as we continue to grow, but it's great fun today. It was hard work a year ago, 52 weeks ago when we started this thing out. It was the kindness and the graciousness and the trust of a couple people that helped get it off the ground and then introduce it to their community. And I knew that when we got outside of the friend of a friend of a friend thing, that we had something great. And I look at the list of people that are on the call tonight. I don't recognize 2/3 of you guys, but it's great having you on the rocket ship. It's great having you as part of my team. It's a winning team. We've got the playbook in hand. We're already doing it. You know, there's a lot of anticipation and finger crossing about when 16, when Lambo. But I look at it and I know that now it's just a matter of time. We just continue to do what we've done well so far, and we'll get to exactly where we want to go. Let's look at the pitch. Several videos out there that explain it better. I'm deadly serious about this project. It's not a meme coin. It's not a rug pull. It's not a pump and dump. It's not hawk to agro, however you say that. It's not a Ponzi. It's not a pyramid. Our mission is to crowdsource our mine here in Texas and empower our community with cash. We're building the largest mine in the world, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that's what we're doing, guys. That's the quick pitch. I go through the background of me. Now, there's like 3 or 4 other pitches. The $1 million question pitch, $3.5 million question pitch, the is it a scam pitch. We'll go through those other versions in subsequent Thursday calls. But I wanted to share that with you today, and I wanted to encourage you to consider helping us grow. You know, the 1-2 free is the easy place to get started. Just bring on 3 people, double or triple your hash power. Then start looking at your points, balancing your legs, working with your team up and down the organization to build out your left leg and your right leg. 3 points on your left leg, 3 points on your right leg. If you earn that through your own sponsorships, it's cash in your pocket. Up to $3,000 per week, we stop counting at 9 points. And then after that, you can start to look forward to becoming a Texit Ranger, representing us at gun shows or coin shows or doing Zoom calls or hosting a barbecue meetup or opening your home to people to come out and learn how to use some of these crypto tools that are so unfamiliar to most of us. How to trade, how to move, how to set up a wallet, how to secure your wallet, how to take it off the coin and put it onto the next coin. There's a lot of stuff out there that we're going to need to learn as we work towards our goal. But as far as where we are today, just keep an eye on us, watch our back, keep your coin safe, hold us accountable, and then when you're ready to get to the next level, help us grow. Build out your legs, left and right, and then look to step up as a Texit Ranger, earn your stars, an extra star is worth an extra $1,000 a week. There's money, guys. There's money out there in the comp plan. You can see that the number, we budget 50%. We've been regularly paying out like 40%, plus or minus. 40% last week, 38 the week before, 41, 44. Average, 42, 43%, maybe more, maybe less. But there's money out there for us to reward ourselves, to take good care of the people that are taking good care of us. And that's what this is all about. It's all about community, fun, and profit. I think that's it for tonight. I've got dinner cooking. I can smell it. And I'm going to take some questions if you've got them before I jump off this call. Hopefully you've enjoyed our time together. Thanks for sharing your time with me. Let's take a look at the Q&A. Jennifer says, can you talk a little bit about the price of the coin, specifically where and why you think it's going? Why and where? Where and why? Let's talk about the price of the coin. Jennifer, thanks for asking. So, as I've said time and time and time again, I do not follow the price of the coin. I understand that this is probably the greatest tool that you use to promote our project. And it's exciting to look, where we were back when we went live on Bitmart at, 12 cents to where we are today at 45 cents. It is exciting. And I don't judge you at all for looking at it and being excited about it. But it's not what I'm paying attention to. Not at all. If you want to know, if you want a reminder of what I'm watching, it's the revenue and commission chart on the homepage. This tells me that we have a healthy organization and that we're growing, and our team of miners that are helping us grow are well compensated. And I like to change this to the month view. See that we did 1.241 million last month, and we're at 2.125 this month. We're almost doubled. Not quite there yet. We're about $300,000 short. We might get there. We've got another 4 days, 30 days, half September, April, June, and we got 4 days to see if we can get there. 28, 29, 30, 30. Well, yeah, 4 days. We might get there. We'll see. But again, this is the chart that I'm paying attention to, because if this chart is healthy, then we're going to bring on more people. More people means more cash. More cash means more mines, more commission, which means more people, and more promotion dollars, which means more people. We fill up those seats on the rocket ship. We've got $300 million to promote our project. Huge money. But what does that have to do with the price? Well, a couple months ago, I put together a stair-step chart that I expect to take us all the way up to $16. Now, in addition to that, I've said recently that I expect us to get to $16 early. Why? Well, it's only a matter of time before the cat's out of the bag. And this is a double-edged sword because once the cat's out of the bag, we're going to grow very, very quickly, which means a lot of new miners coming on board, a lot of interest in the mining community, which means the mine output will dilute more quickly. And so, yeah, while we want to grow, we want the price to go up, we want the world to find out about us, we also want to acquire coins. And the faster the mine grows, the more quickly, if you're not helping us grow and build more hash power, the more quickly your coin output will decrease. No one's going to lose. But whoever's helping us grow the most, that's acquiring the most hash power, is going to win the most. That's by design. You don't maybe not understand it quite yet, but it's a really important part of our component. It means that we have to compete against each other, or we got to compete against China. It's up to you. I'd rather compete against you. Anyway, long story short is the more that we promote, the faster we expect to go up in value. Why? Because other people are out there and they don't know about the mining project because we're not promoting the mining project. We're promoting Texit Coin, the digital asset, especially as we start getting into promoting in New York City, LA, and San Francisco. And so the more people that know about us, the more people searching us, Googling us, finding us online, buying us on Bitmart or DexTrade, the more demand there is for our digital asset. We have an extremely limited supply, and so therefore we expect the price to go up quite quickly. But again, I warn you to be a little cautious about how bad you want that. Because yes, we want that, but we don't want it today. Now, what am I doing right at the moment to maybe make it happen sooner rather than later? We are going live on April 7th in Austin Airport. Pretty cool stuff. We just had a conversation yesterday to go live in July 6th in DFW Airport. DFW Airport has 8 times as many passengers going through it. It's a lot more expensive. But holy crap, we're going to be on every single terminal gate on the digital display right there at the gate, every single gate in the entire airport, announcing and promoting Texit Coin and our journey. And that starts in July. Now, we can start early in DFW, but I really want that program. It's the most popular advertising thing. So that's one thing. We're talking about sports sponsorships now. We're talking about more radio station advertising. We're on, I don't know if it's 66 or 77 billboards throughout the state of Texas. They're out front. We're talking about adding Clear Channel and Lamar as well. So there's a lot more that we're doing. Like I said, our marketing and advertising budget for the month of April is $440,000. I've tasked Samantha to spearhead the initiative of identifying paid advertising opportunities and to get that money put to work. So there's a lot that we're doing. And it's expected to grow exponentially every month. I have to do that because I told you I was going to do that. So I don't want to unnecessarily delay. But I do want to warn you to be maybe a little bit cautious about how fast we grow and how quickly the cat gets out of the bag. Because once the cat's out of the bag and we're on the top 100, then it's out of our hands. Texit Coin and its future is largely going to be driven by the market, which is big and exciting, than it is by our individual efforts. You know, when everyone's talking about us across podcasts,